Hi guys, my name is Joanna Zamora. I'm a professional musician, been performing for 10 years. And here are my top 5 tips I use to overcome stage fright. Make sure you stay till the end because I'm going to give you a bonus tip that takes 0 skill and 0 effort. Let's get started. Tip number 1, be prepared. There's no replacement for good preparation. Good preparation is going to give you the greatest chances of success than any other tip I can give you in this video. So of course, basic things like rehearsal, warm up, knowing the location of the show, the time. There are some things that I do specifically that help me feel more relaxed going into a gig. So number 1 thing I do is I like to check out the venue early. So if I can go a few weeks or even a few days before a show, I like to go so I can see the venue, I can see the sound system, I know how it's set up, I know where I'll be. It's great if I can go when there's another artist so I can hear what they sound like, I can see how they interact with the crowd, and I can just get a general vibe of the venue so I know how to perform for my show. Another positive of going early is then I get to meet the manager. And meeting the manager too, I like to know their goals for live music, what their demographic is like, what their crowd is like. Whoever is attending the show, I want to know who it is. So 1, I know if it's a good fit for me, but 2, so I know how to give them a performance that they're really going to enjoy and remember and tell their friends and family about. And plus it makes you look professional. So then the manager is like, I don't have to worry about this artist. Like they're already showing up early and making it a point to see the sound system, how everything's set up, ask about the crowd, ask about the goals. Like I can rely on this person. This is someone I can categorize as an artist I can call on again in the future. Plus I just like them as a person. Like you want to meet people face to face so you can get a feel of their personality and just make yourself memorable. And then also the benefit of going early too is getting to meet the other artists. And you can ask them how the sound is set up for them. Plus, it's just nice to meet other artists in the music scene because I've actually booked a lot of shows from other artists. Like they've called me and been like, hey, can you cover for me for this? Or I have a friend that needs this. Do you want to play? This restaurant or bar that I've played at needs music for this. Getting to network with other artists is really beneficial too. You'll get a lot of gigs from having a wide network of musician friends. But we're getting off topic. This is about overcoming stage fright. So yes, being prepared, be prepared, scope out the venue before, connect with the manager, connect with the staff. You'll feel a lot more comfortable when you go into that venue because you know where you're going to set up, you know what the sound is like, you know who the manager is, you know people on the staff, and you know who to talk to if an issue arises. So you're already ahead of the game. And then, you know, rehearsing. There's no getting around rehearsing. The more you rehearse, the better you'll sound. You don't need me to tell you that. Number 2, be early. Yes, be early. And when I say early, I don't mean 15 minutes early. I don't mean 30. I mean minimum an hour before you're supposed to perform. Why? Because no matter how prepared you are, it's always possible that something will go wrong. Because live performances, if you're doing this long enough, something will go wrong. And when something goes wrong, you want to make sure that you have enough time, as much time as possible, to resolve that issue. So I've gone to shows early before where my amp was crap, the sound system was crap. These aren't all the same scenarios, but I'm missing a cable, I forgot my mixer. Things can go wrong. You want to make sure you have enough time to get it resolved. Because I know for me, I love to go to shows early for that reason. So I can call a friend, so I can order something. Like I've ordered stuff from Uber before to deliver to my shows because I needed like a battery and I didn't have it and I didn't have time to go get it. If I'm not early to a show, I feel stressed. And then when I feel stressed, I miss things. Like it takes me longer to set up and I don't feel as confident when I get up on stage and perform. Because the other reason you want to be early too is sound check. No show is going to sound good if the sound is bad. You could be the best singer, performer, whatever in the world. And if the sound is bad, it's not going to do any good. But being early, it's never going to be detrimental for you to be early either. So just like being prepared is not going to be detrimental. Being early, it's not going to be to your detriment. Both of them are only going to help you. Number 3, this is going to sound crazy, but regulate your nervous system. Yeah, I know, right? Regulate your nervous system, because performing, especially if you're new, God, it can be so jarring because you don't know what to expect. You don't know what's going to be there. I've been performing for 10 years and I still never know what a show is going to be like. So there are some great hacks that you can use when you're feeling anxious about the show. So acupressure points. If you've ever heard of EFT, emotional freedom technique, that's a great way to regulate your nervous system. Boy, that's a mouthful. But it's certain pressure points all along the meridian of your body. A good one too, like if you're just like in a panic and a rush, you can tap here on your collarbones, where your collarbones meet. Like already I feel a little bit calmer. So you can look that up on YouTube. You can look up emotional freedom technique, EFT. I like Brad Yates a lot, but there's so many other people out there. Another technique that I learned was from the Huberman podcast. You inhale in through your nose twice. And then at the top of your inhale, you hold it for 1 to 3 seconds. And then you can blow out through your mouth and imagine a tire deflating as you're doing that. So there's this brain hack specialist. I don't know what her official title is, what she calls herself, but she has great tips about regulating your nervous system. Super easy to do, and you can do them anywhere. One of the tactics that she offered was the butterfly hug. You have your hands like this and you alternate taps like that. You could do the VU, which she said works really well for herself. So you take a deep breath in and go VU, and that activates the vagus nerve, which helps regulate your nervous system. So this one I like a lot. You take 2 fingers and you place them here. Then you take your ring finger and your thumb and you cover one nostril like this. Breathe in and then cover the other with your thumb. Breathe out and then breathe in through the same nostril. Breathe out here. And just keep alternating until you feel like you're relaxed a little bit more. That works wonders before you go on stage. So those are some of the nervous system regulating methods that I've used that have helped a lot. Tip number 4, shake off the cobwebs. What do I mean by that is what you do after your warm-up routine. So once you're all warmed up and you're loose and you're ready to go, actually perform some of your song. Like actually sing a few of the songs, play it on your instrument, walk around in a parking lot or something and just pretend like you're performing. You can do it in a park, or you can even do it during sound check, wherever. But the point of doing it like you're performing is to shake off those initial performance nerves, the stagnation of the day, all of life that isn't the performance. Because I've had plenty of shows where I've had pre-show jitters and just jumped in and performed, and it does not start good. I have a whole story about the first time I performed live as well, and how bad I did. How poorly I performed. But that's for another time, you know. And that was before I knew these tips. It was really more just like making mistakes as a noob. It just comes with the territory, it's okay. But that's not gonna be you, because you're gonna follow these tips. So, tip number 5 in overcoming stage fright, look just above people's heads. Why? Because when you're on a stage, you're on an elevated platform. And so people are looking up at you, and that psychologically tells the audience member, hey, this is a competent person. This is someone who deserves my attention. This is someone to listen to. Have you ever been in a performance where the artist has looked at you while they're on stage and you're like, oh, they looked at me. Like you feel special, right? Like you feel excited. You feel like, oh, out of all the people they looked at me. That's how people feel when you look out at them on the stage. And I know looking at people from the stage can feel incredibly awkward. It can feel incredibly stressful. it can feel so overwhelming. But that's where this trick comes from, whereas you're not looking at people directly in the eye. Although that is the most powerful way you can connect with a crowd, is looking them in the eye while you perform. But if it's too much for you, and for a lot of people I know it is, sometimes it even is for me, looking above their heads can accomplish 80% of the trick and get people to feel engaged with you and help you feel comfortable about performing in front of a crowd of people. It shows that you're confident. It shows that you know what you're doing. And when people see that in you, then they feel relaxed. They feel reassured that they're in good hands. And so it just makes for a better performance for everybody. So try that trick. Let me know how it goes. And yeah. Another reason that this is positive is because when people feel connected to you, then they listen to your music more, they pay attention to you more, they follow you, they're more engaged, they want to be connected with you because they want to be a part of your story and a part of your scene. So look above people's heads, just here. It's not like up here, because then the people are like, if you look too high, they'll be like, what are you looking at? And if you're like looking at people here, people will be like, is there something on my shirt? Here, just look right here, just right above people's heads. And one, it's going to help you feel more comfortable. Two, it's going to help them feel connected and engaged with you. And when you have fan engagement, you have a better show, hands down. So that's it, guys. Those are my top 5 tips for overcoming stage fright. I promised you a bonus tip at the end, so here it is. If you're playing an instrument, tune your instrument to 432 hertz. I did this, and I don't know if it's the placebo effect or if it actually works, but in general, I have seen a trend of the crowd being more engaged, the staff being more relaxed, and my tip jar getting more money. So I think it's worth trying. It doesn't take any skill. If you're a singer, it's not going to change your register out of how you perform. I feel like at 432 hertz, I sing better and my guitar sounds better. And it just feels more harmonious to me. Again, I don't know if it's real or not, but I have noticed an increase in engagement and an increase in tips. And who doesn't want that at a performance? Also, apparently 432 hertz is more mathematically harmonious and is supposed to be the vibration at which nature vibrates. I think it's worth trying. I'm big on energy and spirituality. The energy you put out there, it's going to come back to you. So that's why you're going to use these tips to help you overcome your stage fright, so that all those shaky nerves you've got going on, they're banished from you, and you're ready to perform, and you're ready to connect with people and have a great show. Or you could wear selenite, but I don't know. Try it. I don't know. You could try it and see. Anyway, that's it, guys. Those are 5 tips that you can use to overcome your stage fright. Try them. Let me know how they work for you. And if you have tips that you've used to overcome your stage fright, please share them in the comments below so you can help the rest of the community and me, because I might want to use some of those tips. And sharing these tips and tricks is a great way to help your community be better. So thanks for participating. Thanks for sharing. Thank you for watching. If you like this, please hit the like and subscribe button. Put your little notification bell on. Ding. Yeah, and if you found this helpful, share it with someone else who could use these tips. All right, guys, that's it for me. My name is Joanna Zamora. Thank you again so much for watching. And until then, love your life, live your dream, and I'll see you at the next show.